What if I told you that when you were 11 months old, you did the most important thing in the world? You did a thing that millions of successful doctors, teachers, peace bringers, and change makers do every day. You did a thing that 117 billion people have done and continue to do every day. You did a thing that shapes how you look, impacts how you feel, and what you do and what you think. And that simple thing was taking your first steps and walking. Yes, I know it sounds a little ridiculous. Your first few bumbling steps and your clumsy segments of moving can really impact that much. Yes, and yet it's still so overlooked in today's society, and less people do it every year. I'm here today to reintroduce you into walking, the most important thing for you. My first steps were assigned to throw away my stroller, according to my father. All he ever wanted me to do was walk. Growing up, every couple of weeks, we make the trek up to my father's New York City apartment. And without the supervision of my mom, that's exactly what we did. We walked. Unless the walk was hours long, we would refrain from taking Uber because of how expensive it was. And back then, my dad didn't have a car. And even if he did, it would be too hard to find a parking spot in the crowded New York City street. So we walked. At first, I hated these walks. They were tedious and boring and tiring, and I wanted nothing to do with them. But as I got older, I began to figure out that I needed to find my own way to make these walks interesting. So I would tell my dad stories, I would sing songs, I would think of recipes that were impossible to make. And slowly but surely, I actually started to enjoy these walks. I started feeling more happy and refreshed after even. And these small walks I took when I was little prepared me for longer ones when I was older, like our day-long hike at Poco McCready. I'm sure that people can agree that walking can stimulate positive benefits inside of your mind, giving you a brighter disposition. According to the University of Texas, a study was conducted with people with extreme depressive disorders who either sat for a couple minutes or walked on a treadmill for 10 minutes. Although both groups experienced mood improvements, the group that decided to walk experienced increased feelings of well-being and vigor. Have you ever been pinched between stress and a deadline? What about a test and maybe some procrastination? Or a blank canvas and some art block? Well, a short walk can fix all of these and make you more motivated to do your work. According to Stanford University, a study was conducted where the creativity levels of people were measured while they sat versus while they walked. And although the sitting group experienced a little bit more creativity as time went by, it wasn't enough to sustain their large workload that they were assigned. The people who walked beforehand, though, increased by upwards of 60% more creativity and inspiration levels after just a short walk. Next time that you feel stressed and you have a lot of work to do, like memorizing a TED Talk per se, take a walk beforehand, and that'll definitely help you with your workflow and help you clear your mind. Although walking can help clear your mind and make you feel happier and make you more motivated, what about when it doesn't feel too good? Walking, although easy for some people, is hard for most. And that's why some people take a step back and decide not to do it. I can relate. I usually push myself to take walks that I know that I cannot complete, like over the summer. On the hottest day of the year, I decided to take a 110-minute walk both ways up to my local Burlington. Obviously not a very good idea. My water bottle ran out fast, which made the walk feel grueling and my mouth feel dry. And halfway up the hill, I felt like I just wanted to roll myself back down and go and lie in my air-conditioned room. But something happened. I kept going. I pushed myself forward, and suddenly I was persevering up the hill, around the corner, and into the 2 double doors that were inside of the Burlington. And once I got in there, I realized that day I had learned something that I carry with me every day now, through school assignments, tests, and even having to talk to people on the street. That thing was perseverance, and it's one of the key notes that people use all the time to being successful. along with walking, obviously. For example, walking and success can tie together, like how the Greek philosopher Aristotle believed that walking was one of the most important things for a learning mind. So much so that he usually taught his classes walking around the Lyceum, or a Greek public speaking hall, with all of his followers. He did this so much and believed in this so heavily that his followers ended up being dubbed peripatetics, coming from the Greek word peripatetic, meaning to walk around. In conclusion, walking is one of the most important things for you, your well-being, your body, and all of the work that you have to sustain every day. It not only has physical benefits, but mental as well, making you happier, clearing your mind, and teaching you about the importance of perseverance. I would like to end with a quote. Walking is one of life's greatest pleasures. To go without it is to lose millions of benefits. Thank you.